Dude, he shot him in the dick. Huh? That's not
What
cool,
is
buddy.
up,
You don't
window
shoot a guy in the dick.
lickers? What is up, IYH household? How are you doing? It is the Monday crew yet again here to cover another Monday Night Raw, going live here in 58 minutes to be exact. Monday Night Raw will be live on Netflix. So I am here with my team, the guys who have carried me to the promised land of being in a basement doing a podcast. There we are. It is my friend Kevin Kalloway. He is our Chaos Goblin, and Grunmiester. He is our blue-eyed villain. And how you guys doing?
Doing all right. I've been punishing myself going through Dark Souls 2, trying to beat it for the final time. For the first time. I've almost completed one of the DLCs. The Ivory Crown, whichever one that was. That one is. It's been hell.
That sounds like Dark Souls.
Yep. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, especially when they make you run through all the enemies like 10 times in the DLC.
That sounds terrible.
That does sound terrible.
I mean, the good news is that they only respawn 11 times after you die each time.
That's the good news?
That's the good news. For Dark Souls, that is good news.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not aware. I'm going to take Kevin's advice.
Dark Souls is a notoriously difficult game series.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Grun, just so you know, you've been replaced in the person I get my video game knowledge from. I have been following Kevin and his life of a crustacean crab.
Also, a Souls-like game. Fun fact.
Yeah, and you have mentioned that multiple times throughout the stream. Yeah,
it's a difficult game.
See, and this is what I love about my co-hosts. They have the games that they bring to me, let me find out about, and I might try out. That crab one, definitely. I've been looking more and more into it.
It's a cheaper game, too. I don't think it's any more than like $30, and that's if it's not on sale. And it's been around for a little bit, so usually it's on sale every so often.
Yeah,
I'm playing it off.
Like you're having fun.
I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm playing it off PlayStation Plus. I think I'm planning to platinum it. Which, for those unaware, is get all of the trophies for it.
There we go
on the PlayStation. But yeah, can't recommend that game enough. It's a fun play, and plus, fuck taxes.
Fuck taxes. And our boss himself is chiming in. Scuttle for daddy. There we go. We love it. And don't worry, Grunt. He didn't leave you out.
Yeah.
House is chiming in, torturing himself with Dark Souls.
Yep.
Yeah, that seems to be
that's self-inflicted torture.
That's what it seems to be with this game. That's all I hear about.
A little bit. You feel real good when you beat some stuff, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I bet. Kevin, how's life been going for you outside the video game world? How you doing? Any new wrestling news for us?
Not really any new wrestling news off the top of my head. I just finished up Sanctuary yesterday. And then I'll have another open challenge for to defend. Hold on, let me just pick this thing up to defend this boy, because this one stayed here with Daddy.
And we're scuttling.
I'll scuttle right through the next challenger.
I hope you do.
And I think that'll be August 15th, I think, is the next show for that. But otherwise, awesome. I don't have too much on the wrestling front. That's
awesome. Well, can't wait to hear about the awesome defense you had and the retaining of the title. That's going to be a fun one.
4-minute pile driver was the last one. That'll keep you up to date.
I love a good pile driver.
I do a double hammerlock version. You know what a hammerlock is?
Mm-hmm.
I do a double hammerlock version where I hammerlock both their hands and then put my body on it, and then they just lawn dart.
Beautiful. I love it.
No one's ever kicked out of it.
Yeah, I could imagine not kicking out of something like that. That definitely puts the name a finisher. Yes, yeah. I enjoy it. Well, that's great to hear from you guys. Quick little update for me. I will be August 23rd appearing with House of Heat, Scott Hewlett's production. I'll be doing some backstage. This just in, I will be talking to Shane Mercer. I will be having a conversation with him. Definitely going to get as much info as I can. Obviously, Eric Dillinger. We're now fans. We just need you to push House and Jones to join me. We need to make this a reunion show. This is the same show we did for the Bill Alfonso interview.
Oh, wow.
So everybody out there, bug the shit out of those two to be at this one. Say you need it. Say anything you can to get them to this show. It's going to be a fun time. Kurt Angle's supposed to be there.
Nice.
How do you say his name? Gene Stinsky? Snitsky. Yes, he's going to be there. Scott already said if I want to interview Gene, I can. So that's going to be an interesting one too, because he's a unique character. So definitely go out there and go check that out. Come join me. Come be a part of it. Take some pictures, buy some merch, and be a part of the household. I like what Annie's saying here: reunion or we riot. There we go. So you put the call out there, and Annie is like Batman, and she sees it. She's like, "Hey, here we go. Let's go." Speaking of let's go, guys, are you ready to get into what we talk about every Monday night?
Always.
Definitely.
Always. All right. So who wants it first? Who wants to get at this topic first?
I wouldn't mind going first.
You wouldn't mind it, huh?
I wouldn't mind. No, I'm being polite, sir.
Go ahead, Philly Squirrel Wrangler.
All right, so we just heard. So this past Friday night on SmackDown, it was announced a massive 6-pack TLC match for the WWE Tag Team Champions. So I thought, how does the Raw Tag Team division look? You have Alpha Academy with Akira Tozawa and Otis, the Creed brothers. You have New Catch Republic. You have the Judgment Day. You have the New Day, the LWO. You have technically Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. They're kind of a tag team. And then the War Raiders. So on paper, this looks like a great tag team division. Am I wrong, or is this tag team division solid, or am I missing something? Or is this a terrible tag team division?
It's a yes and no for me. I'll start. Well, the way you phrased it, I'll start with the no because that's the positive.
Yeah.
No, none of the people in these tag teams or the tag teams themselves are bad wrestlers, bad workers.
No.
They consistently go out there. When we see a tag match, we go, oh, this could be a good match. And almost every single time, it's a tag match that we talk about. And then our exact phrase afterwards is, I hope they build off of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much that's what happens. But that's what's been happening for about 9 months. Maybe more. And that's where the yes comes in. To me, this is just outside looking in. I don't know what their internal plans are because I really like what they're doing with the SmackDown division of tag teams. I like the turmoil and I like the chaos of it. It makes everyone feel like a contender. But on Raw, they can't do the same thing because it's the same story. So what do you do now? You try and build up tag teams against the people who are the most over, which would be Judgment Day or New Day, depending on the time frame. What's happening is they just go out and they have good matches. It's the same problem that I've heard you guys and that I've had at times with AEW. It's matchup booking. And over time, you run out of matchups that you care about. So you need to care about the characters and the stories, right? But the problem with the tag team division is, in Raw, when's the last tag team story?
I thought they were building off Judgment Day.
See, and it's just one team. It's an internal thing with Judgment Day. It's not Judgment Day versus insert team here. It's internal Judgment Day strife. And that becomes a problem.
Yeah, even the women's tag team titles, they've been stuck in a Judgment Day story forever.
But even the women's tag titles have gotten other stories behind them.
True.
You have at least Charlotte and Alexa. You care about that mismatched team. And now they have a story of will they capture it even though they're a mismatched team, right? That's
Yeah.
at least something. You don't even have that with a lot of the Raw stuff, or at least from what I'm seeing.
Well, yeah, well, I can see where you're coming from there because, like, what can we say they did with actually heel New Day?
Right. And I agree with Chat Chief here. The New Day heel turn was the story, and they were there, but then they didn't really do anything with them because it got into WrestleMania season the second they did it, and then they had to take a back seat. And some of the teams do feel slapped. Actually, I think more teams on SmackDown feel slapped together than Raw.
But their division is cooking.
But that's the
Yeah.
thing, because it all feels like they're vying and they're all contenders. It doesn't feel like everyone's a contender on Raw, even though they have the ability
Gotcha.
to be. It's how it's baked into it rather than anything else. It's a very complex thing. It's not about how good of workers they are, because if you look up and down the tag roster, I can't point to a weak tag team. I couldn't look at one and go, maybe they should break up, because it's
Okay.
just not working. The only reason I would say some of them would break up is because they've done everything that they could do as a team. That's what happened with the Usos. But after you hold the tag titles for what, 2 years? What else are you gonna do?
Not to mention the amount of amazing feuds, the storytelling, the matches. Like who's gonna step to the New Day or the Usos, New Day included? Like they had to literally bring down the New Day to make the tag team division look good.
So, and I think the New Day ended up getting lost in kind of a shuffle of that Mania season. And it kind of, it's almost like they should have done that heel turn closer to Mania. Because the way that they did it when they do it in like December, and then they didn't really do anything with it or capitalize off of it until Mania. Like that's when they put the titles on them. And I'm not saying they had to put the titles on them right away, but like it didn't even feel like they were featured in a meaningful thing. So I honestly, I don't know. I don't know who beats JD and Finn because I don't see a clear contender.
No. Like you could, like I can see them maybe build something up after Rollins cashes in and gets the world title, where you have Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. They're tasked to go after the tag team titles, and they're just like we're being told to beat people up and get gold around our waist. That seems easy. We can do that. It's like even if they are going to feud later on, like there's storyline wise, it makes perfect sense that Rollins would want more gold in his faction, whatever they're called. The SmackDownHotel.com is calling them Paul Heyman guys.
Yeah, so like that's who I think ends up winning, but Rollins has to cash in first.
Yeah,
Because otherwise, if they're just parading around with the tag titles, it doesn't feel like it feels more meaningful being on them, I suppose.
Yeah.
But even then, like Judgment Day is meaningful enough.
Yeah.
They don't have to drop it to them
No.
for that reason. It would only be once Rollins has his, and then it's, well, gold means more power, so we need more gold. So now you're going to get more gold for me.
Yeah. And
get some gold for daddy. Like that's essentially what he's doing.
Yeah. and by that point, you could definitely, they could definitely have the potentially by that point build it up to where Judgment Day is on the brink of self-destruction again.
Yeah, that's a great fucking name. Brains and Bronze.
Yeah, I like that one.
I
like
it's hokey as fuck, so I don't think they're gonna go with it. But I think it's hilarious.
No,
I do too. I like what Annie's asking here. Let's hit this real quick. Do any of us think that anyone's making a transition from SmackDown to Raw?
Maybe no. It's going to depend on if Rey Fenix and Andrade win the tag titles at SummerSlam. If they don't, then I don't think Penta goes to SmackDown. I think Andrade and Phoenix go to Raw.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
And then Andrade can cut a promo like to Rey backstage, like we're great friends, but we're not a tag team. you're gonna have a tag team match tonight, and don't worry, I got the perfect partner for you.
Yeah.
And we get what we've been waiting for. It doesn't, and like, is anyone really gonna be mad? The IWC that don't buy tickets to the show, that don't buy the merch, that don't spend the fucking money, they'll be mad that Ray Phoenix and that you ended Penta's singles run. They've had singles runs while also tag team champions. They've had feuds against each other. Like they do everything they do is amazing. They just are fantastic. So why are you mad? You get to see more of Penta and Ray, and you get to see the Lucha Bros in WWE as a tag team.
I'm with you. I think them together, is a good call. I don't know what their plans are for either of them, though. Clearly for Phoenix, like they were just going to put him in a tag team anyway. I was hoping he would get a little bit more of a singles run, but I don't disagree with what they've done either. I don't think it's bad. It's a good way to feature him. But at this point, like if you're just going to make one of them tag guys, I would just put them together. But there is another one, and that was, do we call up any NXT talents?
Yeah.
And this is SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So it's this time of the year, and then it's right after Mania that we call up the people. The
Lucha Cousins.
That's Phoenix and Andrade.
Yeah.
So Fraxium's on SmackDown, I think, now. So Fraxium has been fully called up, so they're already there. But Fraxium could move to Raw if they need. I'd keep them on SmackDown. They were just freshly called. But you could move somebody else. At this point, I feel the Street Profits probably need to separate before coming back together. They've done a lot of stuff already. And that's where it feels like the freshen up would be, but they need tag teams, so they might keep them together. At that point, if you're going to keep the Street Profits together, put them on Raw, because at least they have new competition. At least they have new people to work with.
I like that idea with them if you're going to keep them together. I'm in your corner. I would like to see a bigger singles run out of both of them because I like what both of them do.
Yeah.
But if you're going to keep them back together, Raw is the perfect spot for them.
Yeah. You could move the Machine Guns as well. Machine Guns could work anywhere, realistically. I don't think it's a bad move to move them to Raw. But I'm like I've been saying since they got signed with WWE, wherever you move the Machine Guns, the tag team division will elevate. So if you want to make the tag team division better on Raw, you move the Machine Guns because they have the minds for it to help. And that's just what I know a lot about both of them. As far as NXT call-ups, if you want to pull the trigger on Carmelo and Trick Williams together, that's an option. But I think for right now, Trick has to have that TNA title for a little bit longer. So I don't think that's going to happen until after Mania.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Which means Mello is probably in a holding pattern until Trick comes up. Which kind of sucks for Mello, but at least like on the horizon, when Trick comes up, they've got something.
I mean, at least they're also doing something with Mello. They're trying to make him work.
But even if we look down at NXT, what kind of tag teams do we have in NXT?
None of them are ready.
It feels like they're all rebuilding down there too.
Hang and Tank, they exploded on the tag team division, but they need to stay there. They're one, I don't think they're ready, but two, the NXT tag team division needs them.
They can't come up yet because they don't have a successor.
Yeah,
exactly.
That would be my argument. And like, what High Rise, which is Wesley's group, isn't quite ready yet. What OTM isn't quite ready yet.
No,
like there's a lot of guys who can still move up, but they need time to cook down there first.
Yeah,
I think that what is it? The Dark State.
State.
I think they need if it's going to work, I think they need a bigger platform in which to do that in, if that makes any sense. Like doing it to the NXT roster, that's like picking on middle schoolers when you're fresh out of high school.
Yeah.
Like especially with that impact of what a group like that can do. I would much rather see that on a SmackDown or a Raw, because then you got the addition of some tag teams there.
Right.
It could benefit, and it could just completely demolish it. I'm not completely sold on Dark State right yet. I mean, the gimmick's cool, but the execution,
No.
it's been a little hit or miss with me.
It's been disjointed. And I agree, Dark State needs some kind of leader that's a vet. That would make the most sense to me. I think they're going for like the old NXT invasion kind of thing when they did that on the main roster. But they had people in that group who were like seasoned vets.
Yeah.
Very true.
So you had your, Bryan Danielsons. You had Wade Barrett had been a worker for a long time. There was a
Justin
couple more in there.
Gabriel.
Yep, Justin Gabriel. Even because Husky Harris was in that, which became Bray Wyatt. So like he grew up in it. Yeah.
Yeah, he was in that. He was a
Oh.
baby face in that little little Bray.
I thought that was a different season.
I didn't know it was.
No, the we're talking about the first season of the NXT.
I thought he was on that one.
Michael Tarver, David Otunga, Heath Slater,
But
Skip Sheffield.
When Nexus,
is that what we're talking about? Yeah,
right?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I just don't know if it was everyone that I thought.
No, Husky Harris was season.
Oh, he was the second season, wasn't he? Yep.
Ah.
All right, my bad.
It's all good.
He was
But
still polarizing.
either way, you had Wade Barrett, who was a seasoned worker, Justin Gabriel, and especially Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
And you could have them be the vet without being the vet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's also that idea that's been floating around with CM Punk. He could take over a group like that with the potential of running what we see from what was supposed to be his Shield, that thing, the whole idea of that. Right. Yeah, I think we need to put a pin in the discussion that Grun brought to the table. No, it was a good talk, Grun. I enjoyed it because it does need to be talked about. Yeah. I mean, SmackDown's tag division's running on all cylinders. Yeah. And we're sitting here wondering what's happening to our Raw.
And right before we go past, I did see the social media post that Lou was talking about with Ron Killings,
yes,
Profits and Mello. I think that would be a good stable. I just don't know where they would fit in right now. And I think that would be the problem, is if you put them together, you better have something for them. And I think Ron Killings needs to be on his own for just a little bit longer. Then you can put some people with him and have him bring them up.
Yeah. I want him to create a little more chaos before he wrangles in a bunch of people.
That's the one.
All right, Kevin, let's hit it out of the park with whatever you got, my friend.
Oh, man. Well, we're running up on SummerSlam, brothers. And
we are.
It's... we already talked about the tag division. We got a nice tag team match tonight. I actually thought that would be on the card. But then they did the TLC match, and that makes more sense. Man, going into SummerSlam, I'm very curious what they do with some of the stuff. I'm especially curious coming out of this about Judgment Day and how we feel they're going from there. We kind of brought them up in the tag team discussion, but I want more of an internal one for them. They've got a lot of stuff on the line coming up at SummerSlam.
Yeah, they do.
True.
And tonight.
Yeah.
All of their titles are on the line this week.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Well, on the line, but I mean, tonight, let's also acknowledge they're facing Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro.
I'm very aware. It's going to be a good match. They're probably going to retain.
It could happen, Grun. Don't take that magic from us.
It still hurts. It still hurts that Joaquin Wilde is a former X Division champion and felt like a big deal in TNA, and he's done jack shit.
Okay, Grun, but your rant is not warranted in this moment. This is Kevin's moment. You harness that rant.
In fairness,
I do agree.
Because his former name was Sima Ion, correct? Yes.
Zima Ion,
yeah. He had a lot of internal injuries that he had to step back from, so he had to tailor back his style. He still does some things, obviously, because he's out there now. Yeah. But it's you can tell it's a little safer.
Right. Yeah.
Either way, that's just my knowledge from hearing it around the grapevine around here. As far as Judgment Day, I'm not as curious about Finn Balor and JD because obviously their stuff is going to probably just be a clean defense tonight. However, the other two between the women's tag titles and the IC title, those are very much in question.
Mm-hmm.
So then I guess what this leads to for me is twofold. One, because there's not a lot of shows in between here. I'm sure you guys have done your predictions yesterday for SummerSlam. But I want to get some deeper thoughts on another piece of it. So I'll hear your predictions. I'll give mine of who you think is going to go over in those matches. But my real question is, we're going into when WrestleMania stuff starts eking in. Do we start seeing an implosion of the Judgment Day? Because Finn Balor's teasing shit to start doing things again. Do we do this again, but in a different way?
See, now, House just recently in the past couple months has been pulling off on keep an eye on Finn Balor. He hasn't been saying it as much.
He's been shady.
But there for a while, he was saying keep an eye on Finn Balor, in which I have been. And I agree with you, Kevin. There seems to be something brewing with him. Oh, man. Okay, so I think SummerSlam for the women's tag is going to Charlotte and Bliss.
Sure.
Why would you not strike while that iron is hot? It's hot right now. People want them. People are cheering them. You need to go and give those titles to them because you're going to create animosity for the future between Raquel and I'm almost going to say that it's going to be Liv in that position for Roxanne in the future when it happens. I almost don't see Roxanne sticking with it for that. It's going to be Raquel and Liv, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I might be wrong, but yeah, that's where I see that match going.
I think you're right with Charlotte and Alexa at minimum.
I mean, it makes sense, right?
I think it does.
Like for now, at least.
Especially because they're two people. I get that they're not a tag team, but really neither are Raquel and Perez. They just started. So it's easy for them to lose the titles to another one that's two larger single stars and have an out. I don't really know what happens after that. Again, like, we've been teased with Judgment Day breakups. I don't think it's going to be a whole breakup, by the way.
No.
I think it's going to be some people leave or maybe are ousted. I don't think Judgment Day truly, like, breaks up. But I think you're going to have a division. Like, these people go this way, the other people go the other way.
I can see that.
I don't know if it'll end up in, like, multiple stables. I kind of hope it doesn't. But
yeah.
I think you can do this where Judgment Day, like Finn, JD, and I don't know, let's say Perez, stay as a unit. And then the others just kind of go that way.
No, I could see that. And then I do think AJ's taking the title.
I also think AJ takes the title. The reason I think that is just because of AAA. With Dom going down there, unless they're about to put Dom over for the AAA Mega Championship, they probably don't want to see their IC champion lose.
Yeah. I can see that. I mean, Grun, where are you at with it? Because that's where I'm thinking. I'm thinking the women, they're dropping the titles. That's going to create the division there. Dom also dropping his. That's going to create division with him, which would make sense with what Kevin's saying with the split. You have Finn and JD running away, and I could see Perez following suit because why wouldn't you follow winners?
Yeah, man. I was thinking Raquel and Roxanne retain, causing more drama when Liv ultimately shows up at SummerSlam for whoever. Eh, I damn. I something fuck. I think
Judgment Day is hard because they've hurt us before on these swerves.
they
Yeah.
have. And
I've been hurt before looking at the booking of Judgment Day, thinking this is what's
Wow.
happening.
I think you know what? AJ wins because Liv costs Dom the title intentionally.
Ooh. That could be full circle because of last year. That'd be interesting. I think Liv. Well, they report whatever they report.
Yeah.
But I think if you're gonna have only one of the people, like if you're gonna have either the NXT, or not the NXT tag titles, the women's tag titles, or the IC title lost, I think I see the women's titles losing it before the IC.
Mm.
And the reason I say that is because you could, like Minnie House said, you could have him retain off of an Eddie spot or something else, or just get disqualified, or who cares? He keeps the title, right? I don't know if y'all remember the last time WWE was in Paris and the reception that AJ Styles got. But you know it would be even bigger
If he had the Intercontinental title.
if he won the Intercontinental title in Paris.
Yeah. Now you're taking
And that's not far away.
Yeah, but you're taking my SummerSlam AJ win.
Listen.
But do I still get creepy Uncle AJ?
Oh, you would still get all of the skits throughout it.
I want it.
You
Okay.
still get all of that.
If I get that stuff, I could. I love creepy Uncle AJ. He is amazing. And
Manic
Nick,
AJ.
we are not at that portion yet, but just give us a minute, and we'll get to that. Yeah, this is what I hate with Judgment Day, because you've both called back to it multiple times. They have burned us so bad before when we think they're going one way with Judgment Day, and then that absolutely doesn't happen, and they win all the gold. This is an interesting group in which there's a lot of moving pieces and there's a lot of unfinished stories within it. I mean, Liv, I seen in the chat Nick saying we got maybe 2 months of her still being out, but then Grun is throwing a theory out there where we're going to see her at SummerSlam and she's going to cost Dominic.
I mean, dude, you're saying that Seth Rollins' injury is a work. What if Liv Morgan's injury this entire time was a work?
Well, okay, here's the difference with Liv. Her arm kind of looked like it fucked up. Like it really looked like it. And then her face coming off of it.
I'm not saying that I don't
think it's a work.
into the idea that it could have been a real injury. It absolutely could be. But at the same time, we've seen people beat the doctor's expectations.
Very true.
Before, and more than anything else, they don't necessarily need Liv to do much. So they can still have her on the sidelines. Maybe she's warming up to the idea of Raquel and Roxanne being a tag team, but is still really pissed that Dom is not keeping her in the loop, that Dom's not calling her, that Dom's not letting her, is not making sure she's okay with what's going on. But it's maybe Raquel or actually Finn who's keeping her in the loop, because Finn is trying to break up the Judgment Day as much as possible because he's sick and tired of being around people that just want to chill out. He wants titles. He wants the world title.
It looked like last time he wanted that Intercontinental title.
I mean, I think at this point he'll take any title as long as it's around his waist. Mm-hmm. But I bet that if they do lose the tag team titles JD, if he says, JD, I want to go for the world title, JD be like, I'm right there behind you. I will help you get that
Yeah.
title.
Oh yeah, I think we're years off from the breakup of Finn and JD.
Yeah.
Specifically those two. I think they're a good tag team too, so that just works out.
Oh, yeah.
But to the point of Liv Morgan's injury, and I guess Seth Rollins as well, if we want to put him into the same thing, WWE is notorious for reporting that the recovery period is going to be longer than it is. And they'll report a more severe injury than it is to the public as well.
Mm-hmm.
That way, and this is a kind of like a booking.
Expect the
technique.
worst.
It's not even that. It's more of, it allows the time frame in case there's complications. So there is
Right.
that part to it. But the work part to it is when they come back early, they feel like superheroes. So if Cena comes back from an injury that was supposed to keep him out 8 months and he comes back in 5, even though his actual recovery was 4 or 5 months, he sounds like a goddamn superhero. Because he just beat an injury 3 months early, right? That's the perception. They could be doing the same thing with Seth. They could be doing the same thing with Liv. We don't actually know any injury timelines. We only know what's being fed to the media. That's all we know. So in that sense, Liv could pop up in the next month.
Yeah. I mean, that. And now that you've even put that stupid thought in my head, Kevin,
You're welcome.
about
Just the truth.
France and all that shit. Yeah, now I'm kind of thinking a giant pop for Liv at in France with AJ winning because she cost Dom.
Mhm.
That's almost gold right there. That's almost like you can't get any better in that moment than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're giving everything you possibly can in that moment. I think it's a great thing to do. In a sense, I really want that SummerSlam win though for AJ for some reason. I don't know why.
I think both work, in fairness. I just know that the immeasurable Paris exploding pop that AJ Styles will get by winning it there.
No,
Be wild.
and I totally get that too, because that makes a lot of sense. And plus, you know, you're definitely the guy we look for when it comes to wrapping things up and making it look like a picture for us to understand and to take a hold of and digest as fans. So I appreciate that. I really
A
do.
million ways they could run this. That's just one that pops out to me. I'm not in their creative meetings. Can't stress that enough.
One day.
None of us are. We have no idea what they got planning.
Yeah, that is very true, Kron. That is very true. I'm trying to get this really quick because, you know, we got prima donnas that try to join us, and you try to send them a link, and they're like, "No, you gotta do it through this." And it's like, "Oh, okay, thanks. I'm not trying to fucking do my own show, but okay."
Well, thanks.
Yeah, thanks. All right, got that sent. There you go. Anyways, so yeah. Great talk on that one. SummerSlam is going to be huge. Hopefully, we see Dom lose it. In my opinion, I
think he's losing it at some point in the near future.
Yes, me too. All right, so we got a pin in that one. All right, fans. So we have a new segment coming up. This was inspired late last night, making some Las Vegas gambling with one of our household members, trying to make things interesting. We bet some IYH merch, and the topic of Ivy Nile popped up. You know her. You've heard us talk about her.
You
It's
specifically have talked about her.
yeah, me specifically. And trust me, don't worry. I still got shit I got to say about her. Anyway, so this sparked something with the chat chief. And this was a discussion that we had. And it's going to be bringing in the segment called Eat My Words, in which we're going to discuss this. And if this bet does happen. So we have a year from yesterday. I said Ivy Nile will not be in the WWE within this year. If that happens within this year from yesterday, Chat Chief has to buy specifically a Joshua Joseph shirt. If she gains a title during this run or is not let go from WWE, I have to buy him a piece of merch from our store. So that's where we're at with it. That exactly. Thank you, Kevin. You are a great so that's where we're at with it. We're going to go talk about this. And now this specific discussion has brought a lot of discussions between me and other people, Nick included, who we're going to be bringing on for a call-in segment of this, and we're going to discuss the topic of Ivy Nile. And then at the very end, we're going to discuss the Drew McIntyre possibility not making SummerSlam. We'll squeeze that in before we leave. So we're going to bring Nick on now, and we are going to have the Ivy Nile discussion. All right, so here we go, Nick. Are you ready? All right, Nick, how you doing? How goes it? How are you?
What's up, fellas? Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. It's good to see you. So,
Hey, listen. The Nile ain't just a river in Egypt. Let's start with that.
oh my God. See, this is exactly.
This is why you bring me on, Josh, to just
No,
derail your
this is-
whole or denial your whole
Yeah,
thing.
there we
What?
go. Here we go. Yeah, Grunt.
He
you see
sounds like
the
a real nihilist.
Yeah, he is. He's definitely a
This
nihilist.
was your idea, Josh.
This is a
Listen, Kevin.
Look.
Settle down, Kevin.
No.
Look, I thought it would be funny because he has been in our chat very vocally, battling back and forth with me about Ivy Nile. So we're going to have a discussion about it.
Sure.
Okay. So in the chat last night in Discord, there was a joke that got started, and then it kind of turned into a discussion of Ivy Nile. So I need to know from somebody who supports her, which would be you, Nick, where are you seeing this level of entertainment from her in which that gives you wanting to support her?
There is nothing because they're not giving her an opportunity.
Mm.
So I'll give you the prime example is that 2 weeks ago, I think it was, I don't know. Time is crazy
contract.
now. Right. But like 2 weeks ago, or 2 or 3 weeks ago, when Gable got injured, they wanted her specifically to address the whole situation. And then all of a sudden, the other person, who we all know to be Ludwig Kaiser, shows up. So her opportunity for her 5 minutes, as you love to say, was taken. And just like that. So my whole point is that Ivy Nile is no different than someone like, and to change sexes, a Taz from ECW in his early onset. And when I say that, I think she's got tremendous athletic ability, just like Taz does. I just don't think she's given that opportunity to show herself because she's in the environment in WWE. WWE is not broadcast, never has, never will, and they're better under Triple H, but they're not going to broadcast the smaller talents, and that's what she is. And you have to be presented in a certain way to be effective. And I'll give you the example. Layla Hirsch in AEW is a great example of the similar person, similar body type, phenomenal wrestler, does not get presented in any sort of way, and she's out of AEW. And that's where I see Ivy Nile. And to your point, it could be in a year from now. She could be gone. but she's not given the opportunity. And here we are talking right now, July 28th, where Chad Gable, the leader of that whole faction, is gone, and she's not given the opportunity to be the voice of that faction, which she should be.
Okay. I hear exactly what you're saying. Let me ask you this. So when Ludwig showed up on camera wearing the mask, being like that, what did she do?
She was
Nothing
taken back.
memorable. She just
She
That's
played
what
her
she did.
role. No.
Oh.
What I will say is she played her role exactly as that's a weird word, but as she should, right? She's surprised because she didn't expect that. Because Chad Gable, let's be honest, is El Grande Americano. So she's known that, and this is a surprise to her. So exactly how the situation presented itself to her, she played it. So what issue is there?
Well, there's more she could have done. She could have got really close to him, looking at him up and down, trying to figure it out if that's Chad. She could have like touched
No.
his arm.
That's usually
No.
stage, just to pop in. That's usually stage directions given based on what's happening with the promo segments, and they would have to redo it. So that's the point.
So great point, Kevin. Great point. So here's the point. At the end of that segment, Josh, she said she cut off one of the brothers and said, "Wait." No comment on who that is. And they moved along. So that's, again, a subtle trait in the character and the storytelling of what she's going to be.
Oh
So no, because again, she wasn't told of that situation. No one was told of that situation.
When did she get eliminated in the gauntlet match?
It doesn't
matter.
It doesn't know because we're talking.
If you want to go with argument,
wait, stop.
If you want to go with that argument, Sami Zayn got eliminated in a bunch of things too, but it doesn't matter.
It's their role. You're talking about their 5 minutes on TV, Josh, right? That's your big thing. So she had her moment on TV. Her role, okay, was that she was talking about the whole situation that happened, and then all of a sudden,
said, "Wait."
No. She's not aware of this other character as El Grande Americano. That's the whole point. Is that Chad Gable's hid this from her the whole time, like he has from the whole group, because the whole group, just like most stables, is about elevating one person, which is Chad Gable. And that's the whole point that I'm trying to make in this statement, is that she has to take her moment, but she's not given that moment because every time she's given that moment, someone else is put in front of her to upstage her.
I would argue as well, just to chime in slightly, I think the Creed brothers have really expression heavy faces, and I think they're very good at that. I think Ivy Nile would benefit from having less expression, and I know that's a weird thing to say, but if we're talking about like a Taz, if we're talking about portraying her as some kind of pit bull badass who isn't phased by things, I think that might help her more instead of trying to out expression two guys who can look goofier. So that could be another way. That's just thought processes out loud, though.
I don't see it in her. I don't know where you guys are pulling all of this from, but you're trying to
give her an opportunity, right? But
she's had opportunities.
She hasn't, though. Every opportunity she's had has been outstaged because of Chad Gable.
You guys are making it seem like when a promo happens that the goose stepping starts if anybody goes a little bit off course. And I don't think that that's the case, because we wouldn't have so many spectacular moments in which we talk about that are spontaneous with wrestling. So if Ivy Nile had it in her, she would be doing the extra things that make her memorable. She does not. Not at all. Absolutely not. Alba Fire last Friday. She did this little thing. We need backup. Boom. instant. Made me like go, Alba Fire, you fucking get it. Nikki Cross at the end of all that chaos, standing there laughing manically, clutching the titles in midst of all that chaos. That's what I remember. There is not a moment, not a single moment that Ivy Nile has been on the main stage in which I go, oh, I remember that Ivy Nile moment. Oh, Ivy Nile really made that moment.
Because she's playing a
Great.
supporting actress. That's the role she's been given the whole time she's
Well, then
in
that's all she's
WWE.
ever going to be. And that's
Yeah.
going to get you in the unemployment line quicker than shit.
And it very well may, but you know what? There's a lot of people, Aleister Black included, who got brought back to who's just got put in those situations. So if you get put in those bad situations, you're gonna get screwed. And that's my whole point, is that if your role is to be the supporting actor, actress in this whole faction, then you're gonna play your role as such. And that's how she's done this. Every time she's been presented, the only time she's been presented by herself as an actual legitimate competitor has been at the Royal Rumble. And that's the only time she's ever been considered as an individual competitor. And you can't convince me, I dare any of you to tell me otherwise.
Evolution Gauntlet match. She was a singles competitor.
And what did she do in that?
Jack
Nothing.
shit.
Exactly. That's my point. She gets her spot, just like Royal Rumble. You get your spots in. If you're not getting any wins over anybody, you're not going to have any momentum. So you have to play your role according, and that's exactly what she's been given, a supporting actress role in this whole storyline. And now that Chad Gable's gone, she had the moment to take control of that stable. And what do? They brought in a new El Grande Americano to just overshadow any opportunity she had to ever seize a spotlight. And we'll say this about other people, male or female, it doesn't matter. If you said that about someone else in a stable, you'd be like, they got screwed. And that's exactly what happened to her.
All right. Well, we'll leave it there with Nick and his thoughts on Ivy Nile then. We got 6 minutes. We got to get going. So we'll have to continue this conversation.
Pleasure
It was
as
good
always.
having you on.
Of course.
Have a good one. All right. Okay, so real quick before we head out, let's hit this real quick. So you guys see we got Drew McIntyre. There's talks of him possibly missing the SummerSlam match. Real quick before we head out and give all our little tags, where are you guys at with this? Is this a real story? Is this a fake story? Where's your guys at?
I mean, I thought I saw somewhere where Drew himself was on social media and posted a video saying that he was still at the airport. I think this might be a real story, but I don't think he's not going to make it. I think he'll get to SummerSlam on time. I think there's enough time.
Can it be both?
Maybe.
Maybe it's a real story right now, and then they make it into a work. That happens a lot.
It could be.
I bet he is legitimately stuck, but I also know legitimately that WWE and TKO have a lot of resources to make sure he gets unstuck.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking this whole time.
So I don't think it's fake news in the sense that I bet it actually happened.
Yeah,
I bet he makes the match.
But I seen those same postings, Grun. I seen it too, and which we really, in this day and age, they can do this stuff. And like Kevin's, that was the first thought. Like, okay, so Trips can't call up the airport and be like, we'll fax whatever we need to over. Like, what are you guys doing? Even him saying that the security guard, he was like, yeah, I know who you are. I know what you do. I know all these things. He's like, I just can't let you go. Like,
yeah. So I imagine he makes that match. It would be hilarious if Drew arrives in a hot air balloon. He comes in the back of a wagon off of a sheep farmer from Ireland somehow. I don't know how he made it across the ocean, but this is how he got there. But yeah, I think he makes the match. I bet they did put something into place just in case. Restrictions for passports and things are very big right now in America. So it doesn't shock me that this was a problem, but it would shock me that WWE doesn't have the resources to fix it.
Yeah, that's the shocking part out of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we have Antonio Fry.
Yeah. Hot air balloon. I'm team hot air balloon.
And this was Nick's tags to go out there and check him out, see what all he's doing.
Oh, yeah, he does good stuff.
Yeah, him and his wife do great stuff out there. Friday nights you can catch them 6 p.m. It's fun times. So, guys, that is all she wrote for this. We're getting up on SummerSlam. Why don't you guys go ahead and let the fans know where they can find you and all this insanity?
You can find me at twitch.tv/Grunmeister, on YouTube under Grunmeister, on Kick as Grunmeister. Every 7 p.m. Friday night, I am streaming Grun's Room SmackDown Review Preview Show. However, this week, I think we're just going to spend the entire time talking about SummerSlam and giving my prediction.
Ooh.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
That'll be a fun time. All right, Kevin, let them know where the chaos can be found.
You can find me on Facebook at Kevin Kalloway. You can find me on Instagram at Kalloway Kevin. I'm getting better at this story stuff so that I can promote the stream. Speaking of which, next stream tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. I once again continue my journey against the underwater tax man and trying to get my shell home back from that stupid clippy shark.
I love it. Go check Kevin out. It's a fun time. You'll catch me in his stream, his chat. As long as Twitch tells me he goes live, I'll be in there laughing it up, having a good time. My coworkers get to hear it over the loudspeaker. So
I get to talk to his coworkers and wish them a happy day.
He wishes them happy days, and it's a fun time. So fans, if you liked what you've seen here and you want some more, it's every Monday at 7 p.m. where you can catch me, the voice, him, Grunmeister, the blue-eyed villain, and our specialist, Kevin Kalloway, the Chaos Goblin. Come join us every Monday. We have fun. 7 p.m. It's an hour long right before Raw goes live. You get to have all the subjects that we talk about, and this was the first time we brought on a fan. We'll work out the kinks. We'll get it working. Hopefully we'll have more discussions. But outside of that, it's a Thursday night. It's called ECW Watch Along, and it's with my buddy House. And it's extreme, and it's violent, and it's fun. It's everything that the voice loves. So come join me and House. That's a 5 p.m. every Thursday when we can have some ECW fun. Outside of that, it's a Sunday house party. That's when anybody who's available in the house party, they get to come and be a part of the show, and we get to talk wrestling. It's usually the week of wrestling. This Saturday, I just want to inform everybody, if you're a part of the Discord, there's going to be a room set up in which we're all going to watch SummerSlam together and talk about it. We're going to be able to have communication with everybody, a part of the household who wants to join. So hit us up if you want those links so you can get a part of that. There's also the Wednesday show with the Raw deal with House and O'Neill. That's a fun show to be out there. Annie is one of the best minds we have here at IYH when it comes to putting things together and actually giving you some feelings about what they're trying to talk about. And House, well, he's the boss, and he's pretty good at what he does because he's brought all of us who believe with him. We'll march to hell for that, man. So come be a part of everything we're doing because we have a lot of fun. And always, fans, avoid that damn tax man.
Avoid the tax man. And Scuttle.